Good morning. This is Ron Brown. It's Memorial Day, the 25th of May, 2026. I'm going to show you some pretty amazing stuff today. First of all, if you didn't see the presentation yesterday of EdgeRater I did it along with Chris White, or Chris White did it and I was sitting in and commenting, but it's going to be the link will be in the email that I send out, and make sure you watch it because Chris has put out an amazing piece of software in conjunction with HGS Investor. You have to have both products for this to work, but you'll see how it works when you watch the video. Now, this is an email that I received from Chris this morning explaining what the video is about. I'm not going to read it to you. You can pause this video if you want to read this, but this replay link will be in the email that I send out. And this was a comment that I made after watching it. I've used it a little bit this past week, but it's just amazing. You'll see that it's an amazing presentation, or function, I should say. Now, in addition to this, I'm going to show you some things that I worked on this morning. Chris and his work with EdgeRater gave me an idea to try something, and it worked, and I want to share that with you. Now, I'm using a higher resolution screen today because I wanted to get more on my screen. Therefore, the fonts are going to be a little bit smaller when we get into using HGSI and so on, but it's still all very readable because I'm recording this in 4K. Now, the next thing is I'm going to analyze some HGS charts using volume price analysis with Claude, one of the AI programs. And this is an old link. If you haven't looked at the Google Finance site, it's I believe it's still free. I haven't looked this week, but there's the link to it. As always, remember the market is your teacher, and you're going to learn a lot if you have EdgeRater and HGSI about how much information is distilled in a few seconds about the market. Okay, any stock, index, or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. Okay, on my screen you see a chart, you see Snagit, and you see output from Claude. And this is a chart that I ran this information on. And what I did, and I'll show you, I'm going to take you through the process. I used this statement here. I copied the chart using Snagit, and I pasted the chart into Claude, and I said, or asked it to analyze this chart using volume price analysis. And this is the information that it pulled out of a single chart. Most recent bar, 522.26, VPA signal. The software annotation reads effort to rise, bullish sign. Here's the volume, which is low, the spread above average, close very high, and sentiment bullish. All that information is right in here. The full price story. Okay, this segment here goes through just by looking at this chart. It's very amazing. Period July to October 25th, heavy volume on down bars, multiple bearish pivot signals, red triangles, price falling at 60.65. So let's look at July through August of 2025. That would be this period right in here. Here's the end of July and August, somewhere in here. Now let's go back and see what that says. It's a distribution top. Heavy volume on down bars, multiple bearish pivot signals, red triangles, price falling at 6065. So that would be in this area right here, and then it of course it broke down after that. Climatic selling waterfall, November 25th, massive volume spike, price collapse from 65 to 24 classic, selling climax. That's November 25, November 25th. So I'll delete these, get rid of that. And November 25th is right here. I'm sorry, that's not it. I misread that. It says climatic selling waterfall, November of 25. It's not November 25th. I'm just getting used to this. I just started this morning. So here is November right here, and you can see that it picked that up. Price collapse from 65 to 24. Accumulation base, December 25 through February 26th. So December through February. So here's December right here. Through February. Right here. And it picked that up as low volume, narrow spread, sideways action, 28 to 38. Smart money quietly absorbing. Expanding markup phase. Expanding volume on up bars, rising prices. EMA fan beginning to align bullishly. That's March through May. So here is March through May. It's going through the accumulation phase, and the accumulation phase was in here, but it suggests that that's the year 26. So it's beginning to align bullishly, and it even picked up the fan in here. It's amazing. And then 522 continued markup, low volume up bar, no supply, and that is May 22nd, which is right here. So that's one analysis. And I didn't really do a great job of translating what's over here to here. But you can see that if this is accurate, and it's not going to be 100%, that's for sure. But really to take you through the phases. Now let's do it with another stock. I'm going to open up HGSI and go into warehouse. Go top down. Darn it, I'm a little slow today. Okay, so what's on top here? NVTS. Now I want to use a different chart. I just want to go in and use a daily VPA chart. That's American Superconductor. I want a different chart here. Let's see. I want this one right here. Navitas, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, you can see there's a lot of VPA signals on here. Now I've got Claude running over here. Now, by the way, just do a search and look for the app that you can download to your Windows computer. You'll find it in Google search. Now, I haven't tried any other AI program, but this one seems to be working great. So I'm just going to stick with Claude for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. See, I'm getting all messed up here. And I'm going to use Snagit Capture and capture this. I want the full screen, and you can see that it is in Snagit. Then I'm going to copy this. Oh, why can't I find anything today? Copy all. And then I'm going back over here. And I'm going to paste the chart, Control V, and then I'm going back up here so I don't have to retype this. I'm going to say if I can grab this, okay, Control C there. Analyze this chart using volume price analysis. So I'll click down here, Control V, and then I'll click on the up arrow, and you can see that it's doing its analysis right before our eyes. I'm just going to let it run before I comment. Gives you the critical levels to watch. The bullish case. The bearish case. The summary verdict. NVTS has executed a near-perfect VPA reaccumulation and markup sequence. The institutional fingerprints are clear and the trend structure is strong. However, the stock is deep into climax risk territory after a near tripling in 6 weeks. The 414 bar closing mid on below average volume after such a run is the first credible trap up warning. Smart VPA traders would watch the next 2 to 3 bars obsessively. Do they close strong on rising volume or weak mixed volume? Any widespread down bar and heavy volume exit signal. That's a distribution fingerprint the stock already showed in November of 2025. Ideal re-entry after any pullback, a test of the 22 to 26 zone on declining volume. No supply would be a high conviction VPA long setup. Break below $17 would signal the markup has failed entirely. Avoid, and that would be down here. So there, I am just amazed at this, that it can take an HGSI chart with VPA flags on it and spit out this much information. I'm just, and I was just messing around this morning to see if it worked. I didn't think it would work, but it does. So with the combination of VPA and Claude and EdgeRater, first of all, you get the full market analysis with EdgeRater, and then you can use VPA with any HGSI chart to do your analysis. Now let me scroll back up here a little bit. Start near the top. These are the different time periods. Let's go through the key VPA observations. The October-November 2025 volume surge. The massive green volume bars in October-November 2025 drove price from 5 to 17. That would be this period over here. The reaccumulation base, December 25th to March 26th. After the November failure, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Okay, this is the November failure right there. Okay, after the November failure, price spent 3 months building a new base between $7 and $11. That's in here. Volume dried up significantly. Sellers exhausted. Narrow spread candles. No urgency from either side. That's looking at these little candles in here. Multiple green support points appearing. Small green squares, triangles right in here. This is the highest probability accumulation setup, a secondary base after a failed first attempt with smart money reloading at lower prices. Then the current explosive markup, March through April 26 from 10 to 32, is extraordinary. That would be this period here. Volume exploded. The largest green bars on the entire chart appear during this rally. That's right. It's picking this up. This is the highest Price nearly tripled in roughly 6 weeks. Best fit, long trend, medium, short, all up. And this has the hallmarks of a genuine institutional markup, not retail driven pump. Okay, so it's amazing. It's just amazing to me. So now we have with EdgeRater the market analysis, and if you watch that first video, you'll see how that works. I'm not going to go into it today. But with this discovery of being able to use Claude with HGSI charts is just truly astounding. Now I'm going to do one more. I haven't done this. I'm just going to see if it works. Okay, this one has the blue pocket pivots in it. Let's find a different chart. What about Rocket Lab? It's been moving. It's got a lot of pocket pivots there. Okay, I'll make it full screen and then capture it. And then I will copy it. Copy all. And then I'll go over here where it says write a message. Control V. There's the chart, and then I have to go back up here. Or I could just retype it, but it's just easier to go up and copy it. And then write the message. And see this down arrow? Click on it. Most recent bar is VPA signal on 522. I don't see a VPA signal, but maybe I'm reading this wrong. Volume high. Spread above average. Close mid. Pick that information up here. Okay, there's no VPA signal. The date is 522. VPA signal, there's none indicated, and there is no VPA. I'm just learning how to use this too and interpret it. Same warning as NVTS, which I did before. Widespread bar, high volume, but closing mid. This is the most important single bar VPA warning. High volume means significant activity occurred, and you can see the high volume, so it's picking up this high volume. Closing mid means the bulls could not hold the gains. Sellers absorbed the buying intraday. In VPA, this is a classic buying climax, upthrust warning signal, especially after a prolonged trend. So that's what it's saying right here. Now, like I said, this isn't always going to be correct, but this is no time to chase a stock like that. Okay, I think you get the idea. I don't want to make this video too long because you're probably anxious to try this yourself if you're an HGSI user. Just do a search, download the Claude app, the Windows app. so you can have it on your machine, and then you can. This is a way to learn VPA. I mean, I certainly couldn't just look at a chart and come up with all this information. Let's let VPA and AI work for us. Before I quit, let's go down here to the EMAs, percent above the 200, the 150, dangerously extended above the 200, which is right here, above the 100, which is black, very extended, and above the 50, stretched. That would be the blue line. Here's the 100, here's the 200. Percent volume to the 90-day, plus 41%, well above average. Climax risk zone. This is just astounding to me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and download Claude or whatever AI program you want to use. By the way, this is the free version. I'm not paying for Claude. That's $200 a year if you want to pay for it, but I don't see any reason to right now anyway. Thank you for listening, and this is exciting stuff, both Edge Radar and HGSI combined.